I'm having a stressful day. So I just endured a interview, and it's more of a office-y type environment, but it's relevant to my interest. I thought it would be really dumb to just ignore it out of fear of losing control of my schedule and my life, because I'm the type of person who can't ask for things that I need. So this past year has been wonderful privilege. It was an ad for an assistant that was suitable for students, stay-at-home moms, retirees. I'm thinking that must be something really chill, kind of low-key background work, like phone calls, mailing, publishing online, social media, I don't know. I'm imagining something kind of like that. When I went in, I got a little bit of whiplash because there was a lot of can you run, plan, budget, execute events. But I'm not sure. Something that fits the description of an admin assistant for students, moms, retirees. And part of me just kind of wants to run away with my tail between my legs, and the other part of me is just like, well, that's the kind of thing that I wish I was doing. And it's the kind of thing that my past employers keep roping me into doing. I also had to draw a picture of a house in 3 minutes. And nobody talked about it. What does it mean? It's just, I think it was fine. I think we had a good time. We had a great time. But what's fun is that on the way out the door, someone downstairs had left a sign that says, add light to your life. Take a free geode. And there was a pile of cute little sparkly quartz geodes. Also, I had the most accurate horoscope for this week. What is happening? And so while I am experiencing my whiplash, I have failed to make a tropical ocean painting, and I feel tilted, I feel like I've lost my nerve today, and I'm probably just going to call it a write-off. But the problem is I don't feel like I'm learning anything. I feel like me not being able to paint an ocean. I'm intimidated by everyone in my life lately, and I don't know what I'm doing. It's one of those days. It's some day. What is it? Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. I'm trying to pick up the pieces of my confidence, and I decided to take a break from typing this morning. I decided I was just going to do only art stuff today. I told you I was struggling with painting the ocean. I also knew that I needed to have a video of some kind ready for tomorrow, and I never really finished it. And it's definitely a situation where it didn't even really finish well. This particular shape, the way it tapers off, means that everything flows downhill, and so I could not get the sides thick enough to be effective. If art resin is too thin, it has a tendency to just get bubbly and rough and weird looking. Every time I do art resin, I always find that I need to do a second coat because it's too thin. I'm not going to be able to do that in time for the video, so it's just going to look kind of like this, and I don't know, I'll just have to fix it later. I didn't even get to clean the back or anything. I literally just screwed everything back on just to get a hanging shot. Ugly background information there. And I always have a tiny little bit, so all the things that I wanted to stay shiny, I used some of the leftover resin on there. I don't like to use resin much because it's plastic, right? I'm plasticizing things that are natural, and it's just not, it's not a very good environmental decision. But I do like keeping weird little natural trinkets. And if it's otherwise just going in the trash, then I'm just gonna use it on something random. Of course, now it's attached to this paper. It just soaks right into the paper. It's very interesting. you have to be very careful when doing paintings and stuff that are white. I should be able to dissolve some of the paper off, but I don't know. I don't know if I've done it before, but you know, who knows, right? It might be too soaked in at this point. But yeah, today is going to need a plan of action because everything's just kind of coming at me at once. So with this interview thing sort of disrupting and turning my near future into something like way unpredictable and out of my control, and I'm feeling kind of like anxious about it. I also have to drop off a painting at the art gallery tomorrow, maybe, which means I have to prepare it. It's not quite ready. Like, I don't think I've even like labeled it yet. But it's not much work. It's already waxed and everything, so it should be okay. But it's like, it's an unexpected trip somewhere. I need to do Patreon stuff. Like, Patreon stuff sneaks up on me because it's one of those long-standing, always there deadlines. This week I need to do like an art prompt, and I don't know if people actually use the art prompts, which it makes it kind of difficult for me to like prioritize it. But they do sneak up on me a lot, so I'm like, crap, I need to like have something. I gotta do that. And yeah, like the painting commission has another week on it for a deadline, but I usually like to have things done within a week, so I'm hoping that I don't have to start over, but we'll see. We'll see. Nothing is emergent, nothing is impossible. I just have to do it. The watercolor likers out there have this problem. How does it do this? It's all over the wall. All over my things. Splish splash everywhere. I didn't like where the water was going. I tried to like add more highlights, but it just looks kind of weird and wormy. Try a different method, and I think I broke through. He thinks it's a little too dark on this end, so I won't be able to go quite that deep, but this is a very sexy little square of color, let me tell you. I should have done this first. It would have saved me a bit of time. Yeah, pre-planning stuff, sometimes like you think, I'll just skip this so I can just get started, but it might actually save time in the end because then you're not starting over. So start over. The sky is not as cute in this one. Like, look how smooth that is. But wash brush. It even says wash right on it, but it doesn't really, it's not very smooth. But I didn't want to keep using this tiny little pathetic brush on a big surface. Part of it was actually because I was trying to get the sky a bit darker. It's just fun how nervous I am, especially now that I'm sort of trying to maintain a little bit of cloud reflection. It just seems like a lot to keep in your brain during the process. So this is what I'm starting out with. I'm trying to remember places where it's going to be wavy. I just haven't had much time to work on it today because I had to go drop off the Before the Storm painting at the art gallery, and they were handing it off at the door, and I wasn't really expecting that, and so I just gave it to them in the gigantic bag that we have that I use to transport paintings, and I didn't think to take it out of the bag. So I don't know if I'm ever going to see that bag again. I'm really upset. I'm not really upset. I'm really disappointed with myself to think there's no way they're going to hang on to a plastic bag and then somehow match it up with the painting later. I think that I'm probably just never going to see that bag again. So I'm just like, no, my giant bag. But oh well. But the worst part was I dropped my bus pass on the way out because I put it in my stupid pants pockets, and because they give girls little girl pockets, everything it fell out of it. So I'm really glad that I found my bus pass, because otherwise I wasn't going anywhere. So I would have been really confused if I didn't find it. But I'm having a bit of a day, but I'm way ahead in my morning duties. So tomorrow, I think I'm just going to do the whole 8-hour stretch and just kind of focus on this. And yesterday, all the things that I was freaking out about that I was trying to catch up on, I had so many things I wanted to get completed, and I did all of them. I got everything done. I had to keep going a little bit later than I wanted to, but like, yeah. Look at me slay. Why is my flower bed shaking? What the heck? Who invited you, dude? It's not for you. Oh, wait. Yeah, those are for you. That was my fault. I left a peanut out for the crows, but they don't like me. You can have it. She wants him so bad. She almost got him last week, too. She hesitates. She'll never get him. Oh, no. Oh, she's so mad. You're so mad. Oh, you're stuck, too? Oh, you're so mad. So much grass. Oh, look at his sword. Gigantic eyeballs. What?